Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Her, and I created Fight for You for the original motion picture Judas and the Black Messiah.
I'm so excited for this conversation because as soon as I heard the song, I got goosebumps. Let's just go back and talk about how you got involved in writing the song for the movie.
I was working with Archie and some of the people from the movie, and they called me and said, "Hey, we need like a song to bring the movie home." And I was already a fan of Fred Hampton's story that I didn't know too much about it, and I would love to be a part of it. And I literally told them, I was like, I think I can really make a masterpiece. That whole time in music, the late '60s, early '70s, was my favorite era of music. I'm a soul baby, so I was really, really excited.
We're in a pandemic, we're all in lockdown. We had the Black Lives Matter movement going on around us. Fred Hampton's story is coming to the screen. So take us inside your thought process.
It was interesting. I was in the studio with two people I love to work with, Tierra and D Mile, Tierra Thomas and D Mile, my collaborators on the record. And the interesting thing about the story and about the song is that there's not much that separates that time and that story from what's going on right now and the Black Lives Matter movement. And as a Black community, we're still fighting. The struggle continues, and I really wanted the song to bring the two generations together. So creatively, I just wanted to create a universal message that represented that fight that is still happening today. That connects, I think, the two generations and how we're kind of passing the torch and continuing Fred Hampton's work.
All the smoke in the air, feel the hate when they stare, all the pain that we bear.
In terms of writing the lyrics, feel the hate when they stare, all the pain that we bear, so powerful. I mean, in terms
You.
of you cracking the song, like what was your entry point into the lyric?
It kind of all kind of happened all together. I picked up the bass and started singing a little bit, and D Mile, he took over and did his thing and started adding this very like percussive drums, and I started to sing the chorus. I started to sing that melody like I'm always, always fight for you.
I will always, always fight for you.
Thinking about everybody fighting for something, fighting for freedom, fighting for their own personal gain, and that was the first thing I started to sing was I'm always fight for you. And then thinking about the verses and saying things like, mental institution causing so much confusion. It was like all these mind tricks that were being played on the people to put everybody against each other, and uh, just all of these different things. But we watched the movie in the studio and had like a little movie night, and that really helped us dive into the feeling.
Imagine what we could accomplish together. We can heal this whole city.
They told me like we don't want people to leave the theater or to end this movie feeling sad. We want them to feel hopeful. We want them to feel, a little uplifted and empowered. And that was the idea of making like an up-tempo song with a groove like that, and giving them that message.
What was it like writing a song for a movie as opposed to just writing for your album?
What's crazy is a majority of the songs from my very first project, if not all of them, appeared in a movie or a show or a commercial, and every single song got a sync. And so I think what tends to happen is when you receive a call for a movie or a TV show, you cater it too much. And so the goal was not to do that. It was to create a feeling, because the song is just supposed to add to what the movie is already giving you. In that process, I just think about the feeling and something that will feel good to just add to the moment or bring out the moment and make it just take it home, as opposed to I have to write a song for this movie and it has to be like this. And I think the thought process is very important approaching a movie. But I think this, I just, like I said, I thought about all the different storylines. It was a love story, it was a freedom story, and it was, a inner battle. It was a lot of fighting with ourselves, looking in the mirror. Can we live with ourselves based on these decisions? And I think fighting for somebody or fighting for something is something that we all do. I thought this song has to bring all of these storylines together and make us all feel like we are represented by this song. It's still surreal to me. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's me. Like, my hearing my voice in the background of something that is so special and so major that I know millions of people are watching. It's still incredible. It's an incredible honor. And the story alone is so powerful and so important.
And it's like you said, some people know Fred Hampton's story and some people don't. And now,
Yeah.
everybody knows his name. What is it like to be a part of a project like this where we are telling his story and his fight?
Well, for me, it's one of my goals as a musician, as an artist, as somebody who strongly believes and fights for my community. I think it's one of the biggest goals that I've had is to inspire, encourage, and to educate. If in any way I'm helping bring Black history to life, bring it to the light, especially, and educate people who don't know Fred Hampton's story, to be a part of something like that, it's amazing. It was one of my goals. And so I feel like I'm a part of history now, and they don't teach Fred Hampton's story in school. They don't really teach you about the Black Panthers. I didn't know much about the Black Panthers until I got a little older. And I'm from the Bay Area, from a place where it kind of started. And so being connected to our history is so important because you can't understand today without understanding yesterday. And if I can do that, like Marvin Gaye did, like Nina Simone did, like Curtis Mayfield and Sly and the Family Stone, and even Aretha Franklin, and what a lot of those artists did, and just talked about their perspective and what was going on around them at the time, I think I have a responsibility to do that. And this movie gave me that opportunity to continue that responsibility and continue that message and to continue to fight. So I'm honored to be a part of something so special.